Jared Polin, phronowsphoto.com, here with another book from my bookshelf, and this time I have Fearless Genius, The Digital Revolution in Silicon Valley, 1985 to 2000, Doug Menuez. This book I found to be incredible. It's kind of like being on tour with rock stars and behind the scenes, except with Silicon Valley types, Steve Jobs, the people from that started Adobe Systems, Intel, the Next. So many people are in this book that are fascinating to the Silicon Valley world and very important to the computer world and where we sit today with all this technology. So this book came to me, I bought it on Amazon. It's another $30 book, but I saw a couple of people that were doing the top 10 books for photographers, and this was one of them on there, so I definitely wanted this. Let me read to you what happened inside, or what it says right here inside the cover. An eye-opening chronicle of the Silicon Valley technology boom, capturing key moments in the careers of Steve Jobs and more than 70 other leading innovators as they created today's digital world. This photographer asked for access to Steve Jobs in 1985 when he was kicked out of Apple and started Next Systems. And some of the photos in here, you just sit there and you go, what was it like to be there for the birth of the future? I mean, literally, it is the birth of the future. I sit here with multiple iMacs in front of me and iPhones in my pockets and iPads all around, and this is what this guy captured. None of it was, maybe it was thought of at the time, but let me get past the words. Nobody wants to see words. Everybody wants to see pictures. Like Steve Jobs right here. What a great photograph to capture. Can you imagine him yelling at you? Oh, and what it says in the book is that Steve gave him all access to capture whatever he wanted. And then in Steve Jobs' form, he basically told him you can't use anything at the very end. Now he can use whatever he wants, but at the time he told him he couldn't. But just look at this. It says the start of a startup, Palo Alto, California, 1985. This is an empty office, but Next just moved in there. The meetings between Steve Jobs and all of the other people that were a part of Next Systems. Just photos that nobody would get access to. I mean, could you imagine? These are secrets. Could you imagine today being in Apple and going behind the scenes and capturing the secret rooms and what Johnny Ive's working on? Wow. So to be there from 1985 to 2000, right around the time that the bubble was bursting, well, the bubble had already burst by 2000, but man, oh man, what is in this book is great. If you love technology, you love behind-the-scenes images that nobody else could capture and that this guy captured, this is definitely a book that's inspiring. If it's inspiring to me, I hope it's inspiring to you, because it's like being on tour with a rock band, except it's Silicon Valley elite. Look, Ross Perot, if anybody didn't know what Ross Perot did for Next Systems, is he dumped like 20 million or 25 million into it to get them off the ground, maybe even invested more money than that. I don't even know what it ended up being, but man, he pushed the future, because Steve Jobs sold Ross Perot on the fact that he should be investing in that. So I'll leave it there. This is an awesome book. The photos are good. They're not the greatest in the world, but when you take and think about the fact that he was there capturing stuff that nobody else had access to, well, it doesn't matter if you took the worst pictures in the world or you took the best pictures in the world. You took the only pictures in the world, and that's all that matters. I'm not saying they're bad. They are very good, and they're all inspiring, because they make my mind explode and think of some really awesome technology. And that is Fearless Genius, Doug Menuez, another book from my bookshelf, Jared Polin, phronowsphoto.com. See ya. So I hope you liked that from my bookshelf video, but if you want to check out other ones, you can click right here. It's going to take you to a playlist of From My Bookshelf, and also go ahead and subscribe if you haven't done so. The box is right here. Click the subscribe button so you can be notified when new videos go live.